My name is Elizabeth Cohn, and I worked with Cheyenne Storm. We watched the movie Temple Grandin. Temple Grandin was a girl who was diagnosed with autism in the 1950s. Despite the diagnosis, her mother stopped at nothing to continue to teach her daughter to overcome all challenges. Temple went on to become a college student, going all the way until she obtained her PhD. Because of her autism, she was able to see the world in a completely different way, through pictures that her mind connected and created, which enabled her to excel in science. She had ended up designing a more humane and efficient way to slaughter cows, which is now used at two-thirds of the nation's slaughter plants. She also became a professor for animal science at Colorado State University. We both have never seen Temple Grandin before, and the reason we chose to watch it is because we were both interested in learning more about autism and how it affects everyday lives of those diagnosed. After watching the trailer, I was excited to see that this film was based on a true story and would be able to actually give me a clear idea of what autism is.
Temple was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Temple displayed many symptoms that correlated with autism. Two symptoms that were displayed in the movie include deficits in social interaction and restricted interest. Deficits in social interaction can be seen by the fact throughout her entire school career, Temple only truly befriended two individuals, her high school science teacher and her blind roommate. Both individuals were able to get over Temple's strange social habits, such as barging in unannounced and inviting others to try her hug machine, whereas many others could not. Second, Temple showed restricted interest in that she was only interested in science, particularly dealing with cows. When she attended French class, she had a really hard time because she was not interested. Although Temple struggled with verbal communication up until the age of 3.5, with the help of a speech therapist, she was able to overcome most sides of impaired communication. By the time she was in high school and college, she was able to communicate clearly enough to excel in her interests. Temple was able to overcome many of the obstacles that people with autism face because her mom stopped at nothing to teach Temple proper social etiquette, such as how to introduce herself and how to shake hands, as well as had Temple work with a speech and behavioral therapist in order to teach Temple how to respond to social cues. When Temple spent the summer with her aunt spent hours teaching Temple how to associate various faces with emotions to help Temple read how others felt. Therefore, a good treatment plan for autism would include applied behavioral analysis, operant conditioning, or rewarding good behaviors and discouraging bad ones, and following this plan rigorously for approximately 40 hours per week.
The movie Temple Grandin depicted autism seemingly accurately. The movie showed instances of Temple struggling with all of the symptoms of autism, as well as depicted the struggles of having such a disorder. One of the major struggles that I noticed in the movie that I felt was very well depicted was Temple's lack of desire for physical affection from other people. However, she still received the calming effect from a hug stimulator without the anxiety that came with human contact. The film is of educational value about the nature of autism and how it affects the lives of those who live with it as well as the lives of people around them. I believe the movie was depicted on a serious manner, however, it definitely included lighter touches throughout. I think they did well balancing the serious context of autism spectrum disorder with touching, feel-good details such as when Temple befriends her blind roommate. This film taught me that even though the world may see some people as disordered or disabled, there is still so much more worth to be found in these individuals. They can show us how to see things in completely different and refreshing light, as well as make so many positive additions to the world.
When Temple was young, she made no eye contact with her mom and was always distracted by the items around her. As Temple got older, she rejected physical touch from her mother and the people from her high school. When Temple went and stayed at her aunt for the summer, she was fixated on learning about cows. When she went in college, she got bored and didn't like French class. However, she conducted her own scientific research and was extremely engaged and interested. The movie also depicted Temple's mom getting frustrated when trying to teach her simple words such as cat and dog, to which Temple would not respond. When Temple got into college and did not have a roommate like everyone else, she threw a temper tantrum to cope with her expectations not being met. All of these scenes provided examples of what people with autism have to deal with, as well as what the others around them have to be patient with in order to see the beauty that can come from an autistic brain. This movie was very entertaining to watch. It was fascinating and at times heart-wrenching to see the role that autism played out in Temple's life. I would recommend watching this movie in order to better understand autism spectrum disorder and the struggles that come along with it, as well as the amazing things that can come out of it.